Welcome back to our series on Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. We've been going issue by issue through this mini-series by Frank Miller and John Romita Jr. from 1993. This is issue 4 of 5. And if you recall, at the end of last issue, we were introduced to the Kingpin. That issue is mostly devoted to Daredevil's relationship with Elektra. And now we've transitioned into his showdown with the Kingpin, a kind of indirect showdown. But his first encounter with one of his most famous, probably his most famous villain. Maybe him or Bullseye, I guess. Or,
right, well, yeah.
Bullseye's kind of an extension of the whole Kingpin thing anyway, so. I was looking at the old 60s Daredevil. His first supervillain build on the cover is Electro, of all people. In issue number 2, they're like, the menace of Electro. He's so tied to Spider-Man in my memory. It's weird to think about Daredevil going after him.
Right.
So this is very gritty New York crime alley sort of stuff. It's talking about Kingpin's criminal empire.
The profits off the backs of children.
Yeah, it's really, really grim, gritty, like child human trafficking and cocaine and murder.
Well, and drugs that people can't, once you're addicted, you can't come off of. Drugs that are so strong that they turn the tables on.
They're evil when they've got that stem cigarette
right.
thing. You ever meet a nice person that had one of those?
No, Corilla DeVille.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a hairy hand too.
Oof.
So anybody that won't obey his commands is swiftly eliminated by the Kingpin's death squad of mercenaries gathered from around the globe. And it almost seems like, are they gonna introduce Bullseye? But that's not who we first encountered.
Not yet. We have this weird kind of Swedish guy looking guy.
Yeah, Larks. So, he reminds me of like one of the European terrorists in Die Hard or something, like that guy with the ponytail that hangs from the chain.
Ew.
Yeah, the most feared of all is the silent man at the Kingpin's side, the man called Larks. The Kingpin nurtured him since he was a boy, trained him in the many ways of death, drove his soul from him.
That's pretty ominous.
Leaving a thing with an icy mask for a face, a thing to whom killing is as natural as breathing, a thing that finds pleasure only in cold cruelty. Years pass.
So he's been grooming him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, Kingpin is ultra sinister in this one. He's like trafficking children and stuff like that. It's interesting, like, the types of crime that they portray in the early 60s versus the 90s. It gets a lot more menacing and sinister. Maybe more realistic, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So now we're in Boston. Matt went to Harvard Law and works for a law firm in Boston. And
he's corporate law.
They're sending him to New York. He hasn't been back to Hell's Kitchen or New York more generally in a while, and he doesn't want to go, but they're explaining, like, look, you could be the youngest junior partner, you're really good, but you just got to shut up and go to New York, that kind
just
of thing. And New York, it still sounds the same, it still feels the same, and all the memories surge up, laughing at him like schoolyard bullies. You can't escape me, the city roars. You can't escape yourself. And so Matt comes back, and there's some really cross-hatched. I guess it's not really cross-hatching because they're not intersecting lines, but just a lot of parallel lines. Gives it a sense of motion, though.
Yeah, it does.
Contrasted with the kind of lateral diagonal motion of the sky. His midtown hotel room feels like a prison cell. No harm in taking a short walk, he tells himself. The sounds and smells wrap themselves around him. There's that smell again. It's been a big part of the sensory description for Matt. He feels the city's hidden pulse beating in time with his own. He ignores his immediate surroundings, lost in it. So he's kind of going back to his old ways.
I like that they have him in a suit. Well, a nice, expensive suit.
Yeah, well, this kind of reminds us of something that happened last issue. He's reminiscing about stealing Officer Leibowitz's nightstick and going around on his skateboard and people cheering for him as a kid. And
he gets into this you know that as he's reminiscing, that's how he ends up back at Hell's Kitchen, is that it's just muscle memory taking him right back.
Exactly, and he's having flashbacks to them taunting him and calling him Daredevil because his dad had forbid him from fighting back against the bullies, so he just had to endure their beatings. And
There's the one time he got smacked by his dad.
yeah,
He was
that's what
bragging about putting down a bully.
exactly, and that's what taught him about injustice. And so he has a very Elektra-like encounter. Last issue, Elektra killed like 5 people. Daredevil's not a killer, but he's gonna fight 5 people too. There's the symmetry.
And of course,
He wants to steal his suit.
you think that when he went in to have that suit tailored for him, that he was like, all right, now it's got to move when I kick up this high.
Exactly. It would be funny if he split his pants. Doing something like that.
Exactly.
He's doing a flying double kick.
That's crazy.
I like that. I like that move because sometimes Daredevil's like very ninja karate-like in his action, but sometimes he's just like a barroom brawler or something.
Right.
Like he's just like a berserker or something. It reminds me of that in the Netflix series, that great fight when he's trapped in the prison and he has to fight his way out, and it's just like fight after fight after fight. And that's one thing that's cool about the Daredevil character. We don't really see it in this fight sequence, which is very one-sided, but sometimes he really takes a beating, you know, like he doesn't just dish it out, but he really gets his butt kicked sometimes.
Well, in storytelling, there's nothing like the hero being able to take a beating, like Bruce Willis.
I always remember you would point him out. Back to Die Hard.
Right.
But yeah, that was one thing that was great about that movie, is he's like walking on broken glass and falling down the window with the fire hose. And
Man. So down to one last guy, and he takes off running, scared. Oh boy.
I like how we're zooming in on him slowly.
And
He grabs
if you
him by the
notice,
bandana.
the
with
words
hair.
are all right back to his childhood, and the girls giggle and point, and the chain link bites his back.
The bullies won't stop saying it. Yeah, so he's kind of like reliving his childhood trauma.
Chud.
Because he slammed his head on the
The
pavement or
recess
something.
is over.
So he should feel relieved, but he doesn't. So he's going back to the gym, and we recall from the first issue that this is where he would go
To
kind of be by himself, and
Where
this is
he
where
felt
he
the
met
safest.
Stick and got trained after he was struck blind. And yeah, he would neglect his studies to come here and mess around. So there's another person now. He smells somebody else. Yeah, she's holding her breath, and she's gonna get him with the slingshot here.
That's funny how he says rubber groans.
Yeah, it's like he can hear rubber bands from that far
That's
away.
crazy.
He just catches it. How'd you do that? She's an orphan character.
No, we think.
Oh, right. She tells him that. She's lying both times. So, you know, he can detect the heartbeat irregularities and know that when people are lying. Unless it's Elektra, apparently.
Right.
I don't know. It's not a perfect system. So he starts training her, similar to how Stick trained him. He's thinking about, I wonder if that locker still has Leibowitz's nightstick in it when he stole that.
That would be funny.
She's like, is that your dad? So apparently, you know, she knows his identity. She doesn't know that he's Daredevil, because he doesn't know he's Daredevil at this point. But we get this kind of weird... Because I'm like, why didn't they mention this the first issue
Right.
that had Jack in it the most? But they kind of show this poster they had not shown for the first 3 issues and say, well, okay, we kind of really need to cement this whole devil thing. This whole beginning of this issue is all like, remember when they called him Daredevil when he was a kid? They did, remember that? And now they're like, well, the reason he turned that into wearing a red horned costume is because of this thing we neglected to tell you. Maybe it would have just been too much foreshadowing in the first issue to be like, oh, so
Right. Well, and she almost finds it like, oh, is this your dad? And it's like, well, my dad was a good guy, but he had to do different things to pay the bills, and this was just one of the things. He was really a good fighter, but this looks like he was, the bad guy in big wrestling.
Yeah, it looks like he was a pro wrestler or something. It would have been
Yeah.
funny. It's like he had to do whatever it took to pay the bills. He was a drag queen or something. Like, that's why I dress so fabulously. 'Cause I fight crime. No, it was Daredevil. They called me Daredevil. So, he's kind of like conflating the two things of his underdog dad and his tragic death and their scrappy upbringing, or their life as a kid to, how the kids treated him at school and his more thrill-seeking side. I like this detail. I don't know enough about sandwiches to know. Is this a weird order? You want a pastrami Reuben on white? That's a damn crime. And a side of mayonnaise, please. Mayo on a Reuben. That makes it a felony.
Reuben is sauerkraut.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So
I guess I've never had one.
So, well, I'm not a
What
fan.
is sauerkraut? Is it like pickled cabbage?
Well, I don't know how pickled it is because I was at a friend's house and they made hot dogs and on the grill and stuff, and then they grilled up sauerkraut.
Mm-hmm.
But it was the first time in my life I've never gagged with sauerkraut.
Is
it
sauerkraut
was so good.
distinct from relish?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Relish is all cucumber.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
they both just kind of looked icky to me my whole life, so I'm just like, I'm gonna avoid that.
So I've never really been a fan of sauerkraut until this last time, but then I found out that he cooked it with a whole bunch of butter. I mean,
Another thing I never really got a taste for, potato salad. It's not my
Well,
kind
it's
of
all
thing.
got mayo.
Yeah.
You don't do mayo.
I usually don't. I can take a little bit on a sandwich, but not on a Reuben, on white. And who could it be ordering that than Foggy Nelson? So they're catching up and kind of like rethinking all the ideals they had when they were in college. And Matt's kind of working a soulless corporate lawyer job, and Foggy
Right.
needs help with this more
He's like
small
a public
stakes.
defender.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
And we get the wide face of Wilson Fisk.
Meanwhile, the biggest bully in town
Makes his first mistake. It begins with a simple order to cut costs in the film division. After all, the product is not art, and for all the scenes of perversion and torture and murder, there is no need for special effects.
That is
Like,
so
jeez.
freaking creepy.
I know. They couldn't just have him be like a drug lord or like...
Yeah,
They
he's
made
got to
it,
go
made it-
baseless and everything. Just
So
gross.
he's like, I'm gonna make it work, I promise, because he knows the Kingpin will just have who is it, Larks? Is that this guy's name?
Yeah.
Larks is gonna kill him if he doesn't comply. So he gets these two junkies to go find a 12-year-old or younger girl to
Creepy.
exploit. I know. I was thinking, I'm like, gosh, this came out when I was 6.
Right?
No wonder I'm so scarred. No, I don't think we got it for a few years after that, but because I remember you came home with all of them in a bundle, so they had all been out for a while. So they chloroform Mickey, the young supposed orphan that we met earlier. We're lucky it happened to somebody Daredevil knows this
Right?
time. He'll stumble across this network of human trafficking.
So, of course, go with chloroform.
And so Matt's corporate job calls him back to Boston. He's like, I leave tonight or it's my job. Like he's going to get fired. But we know what's going to happen, right? One stop on the way, driver, in Hell's Kitchen. It's an old gymnasium off Columbus. There's somebody I have to say goodbye to. Of course, she's not going to be there, but her little red hat is. And he not only smells it, but she had written her address and name in it in case she
Of
lost
course.
it.
And so he can read, he can feel the
Yeah,
indentions
almost
of the pen.
Yeah, exactly. He can feel the easy to read impressions, it says.
That's crazy. Dominique Moran.
Yeah, she's not Mickey at all. So, meanwhile, the two lackeys that have kidnapped her are like, I need a fix now. I can't wait till we get our money, so we got to think of something. So they're like, I'm going to ransom the kid because, then we'll get the money for that and the money for when we turn her over to the filmmaking guy. And so they're like, yeah, I got 6,000. It's all I have. I'll meet you. We're at their mercy. What else can we do?
Oh, I love this.
I know. Matt's outside in the howling storm, getting whipped by the wind. There's nobody who can help us. Probably the best panel of this issue.
Oh, yeah. That's just beautifully done. Although
I
this
love
is
this.
nice, too.
Yeah, very cinematic. Says earlier he had been wondering about the nightstick. Well, let's see what's in here.
We got a nightstick.
It's like, it's been in here for 20 years. Finally get a chance to use it.
And so when her partner is out trying to get the ransom money, here she is calling the boss, thinking, "Ooh, I'll just get my fix off of him
Exactly.
and tell him what's going on."
So she rats out her partner.
Golly.
I guess that's the thing they're trying to underline here is the desperation of these criminal characters. They're quick to sell each other out or to go against the plan because they're so corrupted by the product that they push on other people too.
Right, right.
Unacceptable. Clay's incompetence has caused a mess, Larks. Clean it up. Yes, sir.
So they think they're getting away with something, and the info makes its way back to the big guy.
He's got nothing going on. He's a micromanager. He's just got nothing but time to boss people around.
That's right.
Don't restrain yourself. Make it as loud as you wish. Examples must be made. Discipline must be maintained. We must take what advantage we can from this sorry situation. A few good old-fashioned gangster-style rub-outs are always good for reminding our constituency. Oh, and Larks, the girl is yours.
That is creepy.
Very good, sir. They even get a close-up of his neck roll there.
Ugh. Man.
And so here's the filmmaker guy going to meet up with one of the addict lackeys, thinking about how easy it is to take advantage of people in that state when, boom, car bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Larks put a bomb in his car.
That's pretty loud.
And the other junkie is stringing along Mickey's dad, calling him on these payphones and say, okay, go to this corner. Now meet me there.
But who's going along with them?
Oh, yeah, he can hear the whole conversation from up there. I love the line work here. That's really cool.
They give him a 70s
He's
mustache.
almost got a mustache in the shadow there. It's like, where did that come from?
He's Tony Orlando.
West 72nd Street. Yes, I'm on my way. They run the poor man ragged. They
And
test
there's
Matt's
Matt.
patience for all it's worth.
Boy,
Finally,
the
in the
drawings
South
are
Bronx.
beautiful.
Yeah, I love this art. Every dollar he has, and he gives it up eagerly.
Oh, man.
And he says, a streetwise kid from Hell's Kitchen knows not to trust a kidnapper that's been paid. He knows they're not just going to give back Mickey. So out from hiding, he's like, oh, it worked, I'm a genius. He grabs the money, kisses it, cackles. Be silent, Matt tells himself. Be sneaky, be very, very sneaky. A quick trip back into town. Wait till she sees this. Damn, wait till she sees this. A genius, I'm a genius. Wait till she sees this. The Kingpin will never know. There's no way he'll ever know. I'm a genius. Boom! That's brutal. There's a little bit of spittle or something coming out of his mouth. Fuck.
Oh, this is...
Gross. The taste is salty and unmistakable. It's like in Pulp Fiction when they actually shoot that guy and there's gore all over the car.
Ugh.
Matt gags, breaking his silence, revealing himself. I love how quick this transition is from like, oh, who's that? To him doing like a somersault around these 3 bullets.
Yes.
Must be a silencer or something with the fup sound. It's kind of got like an air compressed noise.
You know what? This is right here. This made me think of that Melissa McCarthy movie
Where she's a spy?
Yes, and she kills the guy and then throws up on him.
Yeah. I know, it's like they do so many cool murders and stuff like this, but it's like you would be grossed out if it really happened. Like, sometimes you just have a visceral reaction. Not Larks. He's been trained all his life for this.
This really gives him an animalistic view.
Is that
It's
like an
pig
earpiece,
nose.
or does he have like a rat tail in addition to his ponytail?
Both.
So this is like the first time somebody's gotten away from Larks, and he's telling Kingpin, he's like, he may be a cop. No, it was no cop. Too many police are on my payroll for them to provide such a surprise. We face a new opponent. Perhaps a vigilante, more likely a rival gang. Take the girl to the main distribution center and await instructions. Mr. Slaughter, ready your men, all of them. Mr. Slaughter, what other job could he have than mercenary?
Exactly.
Like that?
Well, meatpacker.
Hi, I'm Greg Slaughter. On the waterfront, so this is where, unbeknownst to anyone, all these heinous acts are happening and all the children are being kept. And Matt has finally stumbled across this. Matt has trailed Larks to this place. He scans, straining until he hears something faint, bird-like. Is that singing? Mickey starts singing, and now the other kids start singing, growing it. The sound is growing.
I wonder what they're singing.
Right, I was curious about that too.
I was trying to think of a song back then, or
1993.
Boys to Men.
Ice, baby. They're all chanting it. What's gotten into them? This is getting pretty weird. Just building their courage. They'll need it. Ugh.
Ugh. So gross.
I know. Maybe it's to keep his sunglasses. He's got like the...
Oh.
If they fly off. Nice touch, Julio. The singing, I mean. Yeah, right. Came up with the idea myself. Thought you'd like it. So he's feeling the power crackle beneath his feet on this power line as he's getting into ninja mode.
Crazy.
And he creeps up on these two guys. I love this. He says, sometimes you just gotta lay down the law. He's talking about his wife or his girlfriend or something. He says, yeah, I know. And he grabs him from behind. Clark. Hits that guy. I love this background. It's like boiling storm or something. And he's like, never listen to music when you're on and you're blowing bubbles. Take this seriously.
Right. That's
not according to policy, I don't think.
Ew, that's a big pop too. That's all over your beard. It's not gonna matter.
That's a great series right there of like, you take the thug's perspective as that billy club's coming right down your eyesight there.
And out he goes.
The motion, I love the angle here. He's sliding down the rain slick warehouse. You can almost hear it.
And the precise lines on the building.
Yeah,
so
the
straight.
skylights.
And then the kind of wild, just
thick lines.
thick
yeah, the inking there is
strokes in the background.
very expressive. He slips down. He's yanking wires in the cars. There's two more on the dock. He's learned from his previous encounters. We saw him have a couple mishaps. He accidentally killed a woman. He got shot going to Electra. So this is like third time's the charm, I guess. Hopefully.
Well, no, fourth. This is fourth because he tried to sneak up on the guy going back to the apartment with the money.
Sure.
And he gave himself
He
away.
got kind of a false start
because the blood got in his mouth and gave him away.
He's like, icky.
It's
Oh,
like,
gross.
"Ugh."
Time out. I got blood in my mouth. So that's it for issue 4. We got one more, and you can see a little preview. He's going to be a yellow costume. Not really, but that was how he started out, right? His character was yellow.
Interesting.
So we get to see the climax of this confrontation with Larks and Daredevil and wrap up this series. So if you enjoyed this, give us a like, comment, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.